Yo, and welcome to bike reviews on my beer and bike channel. This is me on the SpeedTwin 1200. This is a 24 plate, so 2024. Could be early 2025 as well, doesn't matter. Um, this is an old man's bike. I'm going to say that straight away. This is an old man's bike or a midlife crisis bike. It looks the bollocks. It actually sounds all right for a standard exhaust bike. It does pop and bang from high up, and then from 3,000 up to 2,500, which is nice. I like a bit of popping and banging, but it's very settled because original exhaust. Pop a pair of megaphones in this one, and it would be a fucking riot. Anyway, the bike itself, she's a heavy old girl. She is, but she handles it well. It's like a heavy old girl who can really dance, if that makes sense. Handling on it is a little bit heavy, and you have to lean in, contra-steer a little bit more than you would expect to do to actually get it around the corner. But once you get that sorted, she's lovely. She does whatever she does. I think I don't like, and I know this is so wrong to say, is it's a twin. I would have liked a little bit more vibrations. She doesn't vibrate as much as it could. It's very settled. The power on it is phenomenal, for what it is. It's very linear. It's nearly too linear. The power is just there. I just need to say here that some of this video recorded is not me writing it. It's somebody else. But yeah, I've been out on it. I didn't feel like I was pushing it. Brakes on it is two big ass Brembos on the front that really stops you. Full suspension is Masochi. Masochi, the Italian brand that does fairly good suspension, and she handles well. One thing I do have is you can still feel the girth of her when you try to like do fast cornering and stuff. I still manage to, as I said, not pushing it hard, not going insane on it, not going mad, because it is a courtesy bike. I really thank you so much to Lind in London for that. They really look after it. That is one hell of a bike shop. I used to be absolutely Carl Rosner, because that's where I bought my Tin Fitty, my Speed Triple in 13, which is like many years ago. But these guys, they look after you down there. I was asked, what bike do you want? And I was like, I think I would like one of the twins. One of the not parallel, one of the twins. Like, why? But there's 900 SpeedTwin, and we got the 1200 SpeedTwin. So I'll take the 1200, please. And I've been out on the Truxton, 1200 Truxton, and that is, for what it is, potent. This one is a little bit more, might be because it's a normal straight handlebar, not clip-ons, might be because it's a while ago, a year or two ago, I went out on the Truxton. This doesn't seem as aggressive, but it still handles it handles itself well. The weight, you don't, as soon as you know that you have to force it a bit more into the corners, you don't feel the weight, and the brakes are good. The next question is, why am I on a courtesy bike again? Well, there's the water usage usage issue on my Trident. They had it in, they pressure tested it, they did whatever they could and didn't find a fault on it. I decided, because more than 2 years old, warranty's out, I've been a dickhead and didn't sign up for the additional 2-year warranty quick enough, so out of warranty. So I poured a bucket of the steel seal, like K-seal, whatever, the head gasket seal in it, to make it stop using water. And she fucking did. She stopped using water until I was on the way for the 30,000 mile service. And as I parked it up, it wasn't running hot. It was getting hot, but it wasn't running up. It's starting pissing oil out of the, pissing water out of the weep hole. It's a little hole in the sump where if the water pump's fucked, you got water coming out. If the oil pump's fucked, you got oil coming out. And I had water coming out. So spoke to them. They spoke to Triumph. Even though it's out of warranty, the warranty works was started with the water users before 2 years. So Triumph approved everything. So right now it's on the operating table there. Oil pump out, oil and water pump out. It's like a unit that's driven from the clutch side. All of that out, changed seals, doing all of that, cleaning everything out, putting it back together. Cost me nothing. I just have to pay for the service. So that's why I'm now using Linden at Waterloo. They're absolutely brilliant. Anyway, back to the SpeedTwin. It's actually, as you can see here, me lane splitting. She is nice and narrow. It feels like it's a bit narrower than my Trident actually. I don't know if that's true, but it just feels very narrow. And it's really good for lane splitting. It's not a thing I would buy to commute to death because it's too nice a thing for that. And again here, I'm going down the lanes, and she's absolutely loving it. It's quick. The traction control is actually better than it is on the Trident. Could be one of two things. Could be that it only fires on 2 cylinders, so you've got a bigger overlap between the power strokes, or it could be that they just put a little bit more money into it because it is an expensive vehicle compared to the Trident. I think the Trident is like 8 grand, and I think this is like 12 or 14 grand or something. But yeah, she runs lovely. I would definitely recommend something like that if you don't want a ridiculously fast sport bike, which who doesn't? Or if you just want something you can poodle around on, go down to the pub, have a pint, and show off to your mates. It would be good. It would be a good bike for that because it still shifts, but it doesn't shift in a way where it's like, holy fuck, I'm going Mac Jesus now. It's just very, very well behaved, and it rides well even though she's a heavy girl. I don't know the exact weight of it. I would estimate it to be between 215 and 230 kilograms. I'm not going to give you freedom units in that, but all in all, lovely bloody bike. It rides well. It's actually very comfortable, and I recommend anybody who wants a Triumph to go give it a test drive. So yeah, top notch for the SpeedTwin 1200. Great piece of kit.